What's up, peeps? You're my peeps. I say peeps now a lot. Um, okay, I just finished a hour-long video on setting up WordPress, domain name, Printful, up to the product, and this is where we left the site at. I haven't done anything with it because I kind of wanted to show the extras to make it look a little bit nicer. And we're going to go over two things today in this video. We're going to change this default text to a logo, image logo, or you can leave it that way if you want. It's up to you. And then we're going to change this menu up a bit. And we're going to quickly add a blank about page, maybe a contact page. And yeah, so let's just get into it. This is the site where we left it. Now you're going to go to your site /WP admin to log into the back end. And I already have it here. And yeah, I just upgraded. WordPress just came out with an update, and that's very important and should be mentioned all the time. You got to keep an eye on your site. You'll see it usually pop up here in the dashboard where it says updates with a little red number like that. That's not it. And because WordPress comes out with updates, and it can be security patches or a bug fix, and same thing with all the plugins. And if they have updates, you'll see it here, but you can go to Jetpack, dashboard, and click updates and see any of the updates need to be done. And it's really important that you perform those updates as soon as you can. Like I said in the mentioned other video, if you have a level 3 hosting with SiteGround, they have what they call staging, where you can install all your updates on the staging server. Make sure your site is still working, no bugs popped in, and then push it live. If you don't have staging, you kind of have to take a chance. So I would back up your site and then do the updates. And 99 times out of 100 or 98 times out of 100, you're not going to have a problem. So it's really important that you do stick with your updates so you don't get issues. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we want to put a logo up there instead of the text. And what you do is you scroll down this menu on the side to Appearance and Themes and click there. Now your theme may vary, but whatever theme you pick, but the storefront, where we're using the storefront, which is a WooCommerce authorized theme to use with WooCommerce. So we'll go to Theme Details. Oh, we didn't want that. We wanted to click Customize. And it kind of gives you a live preview of the site as you make these changes. So we're going to go to Site Identity. Now this one, you can actually change the entire header. That kind of gets rid of a few things. I don't do that. I just go to Site Identity, and it says here Select Logo. So we click, and there's the site title, which you see right there is right there, and then your tagline appears right there. Now when we do a logo, that will disappear and be replaced with your logo. And this can also be changed in the settings general. Now, when you select logo, your theme is going to tell you right here what your image size needs to be. There are ways to change it. It's not easy. If you want to message me, I'll send you a link, or you can Google change logo for storefront or whatever theme you have, and I'll show you real quick. This is when I Googled it, this is a code that you would copy and paste into your functions theme. And if you want, I'll show you that in a little bit where you put that. It's not that difficult. And then you just change this numbers right here, change the height and width of your theme. I went ahead and stuck with that. And I went into Illustrator here, and I created this. And if everything is right, cross my fingers, this should be the right size. It just looks larger. So let's go back, and I'm going to select files. I just put it into my desktop, and it should be down here on the bottom. And I named my logo exactly like the shirt. I don't know why I put an O1 there. I think I'm going to change it before I because titles, the text, the name of your image file is SEO. That's a weird word. SEOable. So bearded t-shirts, that will help with SEO for bearded t-shirts. So we're going to choose that. And it's going to load it up. It says the file is empty. Uploading. That's not good. Let's try that again. Let's X out of that. So I didn't cross my fingers well enough, did I? Let's bring up a Finder. Go to desktop. That time it worked. Maybe it's because it's transitioning with the title name. See, there's the title name there. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to take logo out, actually, because this is, again, SEOable. The title and alt text. So I'm going to hit Control A, Control C, and V. So it's there. Okay, and then select. It's underneath there, so it's not letting me select. There we go. And then if your image is bigger than the size 470 by 110, it will allow you to crop down to 470 by 110. So ours is already exact that size. So boom, crop image, we're done. And there how it appears at the top. So we're gonna go ahead and hit publish. And then I'll go here and I'll hit refresh. It should show it. There it is, bearded t-shirts. So we have our logo installed. So if you're using the storefront theme, like I showed you in the last video, then your logo file is 470 by 110. Okay, so next we're going to work on this menu here. Right now, all these were automatically installed by WooCommerce. So we're going to change them up because we want to have maybe categories here, or shop categories. Right now, when you click shop, it shows everything. We might want to do categories here. We might want to do, we have a checkout button already up here, so don't really need that. We might want to put some of these account buttons down below here. I like to use menus like that down at the bottom. So let's go back to here and let's go X out of this. We're done with that. And X out of that. We're done with all that. So next, under appearance, we'll click menus. And here you'll see, I already created a main menu. If you didn't have one already, you would click main menu here and then create new menu, and there it is. So I have a main menu already, but it's blank. So we need to add items. Right now it just has the item. Okay, sorry, I did create one page. And let me show you that real quick. You want to create a front page. I think we already did the front page. Let me click front page. We created the front page in the last video. And that gives us a nice clean front page. That's also going to be called your home page. So that's what we're going to do. Go back to appearance, menus, is we're going to click that and we're going to move it over, add to menu. But that's a big word to go up into a menu. So we're going to click the little down arrow and we're going to reword that to home. And that will be our first menu item. Next, we want to do categories of our store. So right here, you don't see the categories here is for the blogs. What you want is your WooCommerce categories. So what you need to do is go up top here, and this you only have to do this the first time because WooCommerce didn't do it. And you want to click here, product categories. So now it shows it down here. We created a bunch of categories last, I'll dismiss that, last video. So we can do that, and it says most used because we only have items in one, but we're going to view all. There's all our categories. So boom, 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 boom. Add to menu. Where'd our home go? Oh, never mind. We're going to have to re-add the home because it messed up when I dismissed that thing. So where'd it go? Bearded t-shirts. Let's create that as home. And no, home, not home. And good thing about this, it's click and drag. So we're going to put home. We want to be the first menu item. Now see, we have all these. That you can do that all across the top. let's save menu. Now we need to give this menu a location. And we're going to do primary. I think that's the one we want. Let's go save menu again. Now let's go look. Might be secondary. I think, oh, that's right, primary. So now we have our new primary menu. And that might be, excuse me, I need to take a drink. That kind of looks good, fine to me, because I don't have that many categories yet. But if you have a whole lot of categories, you might want to do one menu item that says shop categories and then have a drop down of your categories. So let me show you how to do that. So let's go back here to menus. What you do is you want to create a custom link. And what I do, you can do a custom link anywhere, but I don't want it to go anywhere. It's just going to be like a placeholder. So we're going to do the pound sign, and it's in website language, that's kind of like a bookmark. So we leave that there, and then the link text, what's going to show up in the menu, we can do categories, or you can do whatever you want to call it. Shop if you want it shorter. We're going to add that to the menu. We're going to drag it up here to after home. Now here's the fun part. All these categories we want to show up under there. We just click and drag it one place to the right. Done. Now we hit save menu. And wait till Joe message gets away here. And then we go back to look at the site. Refresh, and there it is. It shows you a little arrow saying you have a down arrow. If you click on categories, it's not going to do anything because we did it as a bookmark. You can see it up there. And then now we have our categories. We can click that, and we don't have any products in there, so they get that message. And then they have a nice little breadcrumb trail going here as well. So, and you can rearrange that. Let's go back to our menu here. And I want unisex t-shirts first because that's what I have the most of. And then we'll do long sleeve, tank tops, hoodies, and mugs. And hit save menu. Go back to the site. Let's do a refresh. And you can see categories all changed. So now if you want to do an about page, a contact page, we'll show you that real quick. We'll go to pages. We'll click a new page. And we'll call it about. And we'll just leave it blank right now. We'll just say bearded t-shirts for now. And I'll go fill about page later. We'll hit publish. And if you want a contact page, you can. I usually don't put contact page. I really don't want people contacting me. I mean, you could put a blank form, is what I do. Let's show you how to do that because they come with a. Oh, that's yeah. If you have Jetpack installed, which it gets installed normally by default, but you have to sign up for a WordPress account to use it. Let's go to Add New, Contact. And let's see. Yeah, the contact without Jetpack installed, the contact forms are not there. So we can do that another time. But you can just put your email address up there. We don't have one yet, but eventually it'll be info@beardedtshirts.com. And I'll show you how to set up a an email address later for that. But that's all we're gonna do is contact. And I'll do, yeah, it's another video. We'll do Jetpack and a contact form. So we'll publish that. Go back to Appearance, Menus, and we'll add About Contact. I usually, there's no rule or rhyme, but I usually put About right after Home. I usually put Contact at the end. Save menu. Now, some people like a menu at the bottom for some of the housekeeping stuff. So let's create a new menu. We'll call it Shopping shopping menu. Oops. Then click create menu. And then we'll go to, we want to do the checkout, the cart, my account type stuff. And we'll move those all over. Just another way to link other people or the person's account and their checkout. And then we'll save that menu. And maybe when we want to put a list of categories at the bottom, or you might want to put a list of categories in the sidebar. We haven't touched the sidebar yet. So we can create a new menu. And we'll call it categories. Create menu. And we'll go over here to the product categories again. And we'll put all those over there. We'll put it in the order we want. Okay, we want a long sleeves up top. And every time you add a new category, you're going to have to come back and add to the menus. And now that you have 3 menus, you'd use this drop down up here to select which menu you want to work with at that time. And we're going to be using what we call widgets. So these are main locations. We're not using those. You're going to next go to appearance widgets. Now, and here's the widgets for storefront. Different themes have different widgets. Now we have 4 little footer columns on the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and find the widget that is menus. Custom menu, I think it's called. Navigation menu. I think that's it. Navigation menu. So we're going to do over in column 4, add a navigation menu, and then select our shopping menu. And then we'll call it account menu. Oops. You can call it whatever you want. Then save. Now let's grab the other one. Here's another. We could have used this as well for product categories rather than create a menu. Since we have only a few categories, we can put it here in the footer column if you wanted to. You can show it as a drop down or hierarchy. I'm going to put these actually in the sidebar. The sidebar is what shows up on the left or right, whatever you set it up for. I'm going to set it up and put it in the sidebar here. And it's there. Since I didn't do anything, I don't have to click save. It's already there. So let's go and refresh our site. See, there's the sidebar using a product categories hierarchy. And down here in the bottom is our little account menu. Now, you can dress it up in the other ones, like I put made in the USA, veteran owned, stuff like that. I'll show you real quick on my vinyl site. Down at the bottom here. So I have my shopping account, other useful links, and I put some little graphics there. So we can show you how to do that another time. So real quick, that's it for creating menus, and that's it for adding your logo. But I wanted to show you where to put this little bit of code. Ha, I tricked you. I'm not going to show you where to put that little bit of code. It actually turns out the plugin I was going to recommend to use didn't create a child theme, and it just got to be too complicated to do it. So I can help you one-on-one, or I'll do another video on it. But you can change the logo size. It's just not a quick, easy fix. So that's it. Like I said, that's creating menus, putting menus in the top part, putting menus into widgets that you can put in the sidebar or down in the footer or wherever. Again, this is all using the storefront theme, which is a WooCommerce free theme, and it works very well with WooCommerce. I like it because it's made by the same people. So whenever there's an update here, they're quick to update. Yeah, whenever they update WooCommerce, they're quick to update the storefront theme, so they work well together. Whereas if you're using a theme made by somebody else for WooCommerce, there may be a delay, in making sure they work together well on updates. So, and storefront can be modified, customized. It just takes a little bit of work sometimes, but it's a really good thing. And if you're just looking to do a quick, simple site to get your products out there, I highly recommend you go this route. So that's it for now. Next one, we'll do some plugins that will help enhance a site, maybe like gift certificates, sales. Those are all paid plugins, but they really do help your site, and a couple others I found on there. So we'll continue the series on making the site look pretty. You don't have to wait for me. Go ahead and make your sites look pretty. I'd be curious to see some of your sites. If you have taken my advice and used this to launch your own websites, let me know. All right, talk to you guys later. See ya.